It seems like everyone's talking about data privacy at the moment, obviously with the recent introduction of the GDPR, and here at BABB, data privacy is really core to our proposition, and we think we have a really innovative approach to it. So I just grabbed 5 minutes with Rushd to talk about our approach to data privacy and how our technology works. Rushd, we're here to talk about BABB's approach to privacy. Can you tell us, first of all, what is privacy by design?
Privacy by design means that the user is in control of their data, not the banks. So by default, users will set up a consensus mechanism where they decide which kind of data they disclose and to whom. Yes.
So the user owns the data and has full control of it?
Yeah, definitely.
And how does that work with KYC information?
Well, KYC, again, the beauty of this new approach is that they will, by default, they will give us very limited access to their data to verify their identity and do KYC.
And what kind of data would that be?
Could be the name, the passport, for example, validity of the passport, and to make sure this is not a fake passport or anything like that. But we are not going to mine or sell the data of the users, of course, except if they are happy to do that.
Okay, and so can anyone else access that information, or is it strictly between BABB and the users?
It will be accessed by the regulator. So they want regulators like Bank of England and the FCA, of course, they want to know if we comply with regulation and how we did that. Recently,
the GDPR legislation came into force in Europe. Yeah. It sounds like BABB is automatically compliant with GDPR. Can you tell us about that?
The mechanism of the GDPR and the protection of the data of every user could be applicable universally. So BABB compliant natively with the GDPR, putting the customer as the controller, because as you know, banks and financial institutions and insurances and e-commerce companies, they are the controllers of the data, opposite to BABB, where we give the control to the users and we only process the information and data if they give us permission of that.
So essentially BABB's applying European standards to the rest of the world then?
Yes, definitely.
In the way we're doing operations?
Because some of the countries are not yet regulating this, especially in the emerging markets.
Okay, so trailblazers in that sense. Cool. Can you tell us a little bit about the technology that underpins the way that this works, the blockchain and so on? Yeah,
so sure. It's based in the blockchain, of course, and the blockchain is a type of consortium type of blockchain where we can work with regulators, make sure that we share the data that they are trying to make sure that everyone is compliant in the whole flow of data. And the accessibility will be maximum 3 parties: the user data, the user owner of the data, BABB to verify IDs and make sure prevent fraud and criminality in the platform, and regulators to have a good understanding on how we comply with this thing. And this will be based in, let's say, a smart contract to automate this data flow in the platform.
Okay, sounds much more efficient than how it's currently handled by banks.
Yeah, because we will leverage the technology, we'll leverage the blockchain and automations to reduce the fractions of how the data will flow in our platform.
Okay, and have we patented this technology?
Yes, we recently patented and we get a pending approval of this idea.
Amazing.
And we are very happy with that. We have 1 year now to make sure it's not only theoretically designed, but also in the ground.
Okay, so what are the next steps then over the next year?
Next step for the patent, you mean? It's for us to design it and test it, extract data and show the regulators. And of course, we will show the patent office in the UK in how we designed it, because BABB has completely different approach, which is we are not the controller, but the user will be the controller. And I think it deserves that we register a patent in that.
Awesome. So if you could sum up BABB's approach to data privacy, what would you say?
We take privacy very, very seriously. I think the experience that we have in the market at the moment, especially when the scandal that happens with Facebook, of course, we don't want to do the same mistake. And it's better for us to give the control to the users and they decide how we use their data.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.